Welcome to Trust Life with Louise Hay. And even though it's backwards, we can still trust life. October the 6th, she says, I choose positive thoughts that make me feel good. Some people say that affirmations don't work, which is an affirmation in itself. When what they really mean is that they don't know how to use them correctly. They may say, my prosperity is growing, but then think, oh, this is stupid. I know it won't work. Which affirmation do you think will win out? The negative one, of course, because it's part of a long-standing habitual way of looking at life. Sometimes people will say their affirmations once a day and complain the rest of the time. It will take a long time for affirmations to work if they're done that way. The complaining affirmations will always win because there are more of them, and they're usually said with great feeling. Now I'm going to help you understand how we can take that complaining, that great feeling, and turn it into a positive process. However, saying affirmations is only part of the process. What you do with the rest of the day and the night is even more important. The secret to having your affirmations work quickly and consistently is to prepare an atmosphere in which they can grow. Affirmations are like seeds planted in soil. Poor growth. Rich soil, abundant growth. The more you choose thoughts that make you feel good, the quicker the affirmations work. Now, sounds like a really easy formula. One little paragraph. Oh, and life is all perfect. What do we do with the stuff that comes up? The stuff that says, no, that's not going to work. My experience shows blah, blah, blah. I'm all stuck here. We might not even know it, but the EFT is the key to this one, because we can say here, even though and so what can we take here? Prosperity. Let's go with the flow of cash, money. Even though I feel like I need to save everything I've got, and I need to hold on to my money really tightly so I won't have enough, I'm willing to learn how to let it flow. That one doesn't flow really well with me at the moment. Let me see. What else? So as we think about an affirmation, so let's stay with that one about money and prosperity. As we think about the money and prosperity and it flow, what's it called? It's called currency, right? What's a current do? A current flows. If it goes out and comes in and goes out and comes in and goes out and comes in. But what happens when we get anxious about it? When we see the outflow and we don't see the income? We can tap on that. We can say, even though it really scares me when I spend money because I'm afraid that there won't be any more. I love myself, and it's okay to feel how I feel. So here we're validating this. And this is not, you're going to say, oh, well, you're entrenching the feeling. What you're doing in this space is, and because of the tapping, because this is setting up a vibration that goes to the amygdala, which puts us in fight, flight, or freeze. And freeze would be hold on to the money. Because this tapping is going on while we're expressing what we truly feel, it goes to the amygdala, and it allows the amygdala to allow the rest of the brain to process things. When the amygdala has got full control, it only goes into fight, flight, or freeze. Or please. That's the second one, the fourth one. So back to the money. Even though it really scares me to spend money and it scares me to not have enough money, it's okay to feel how I feel. I'm willing to learn to trust that the universe will bring me all of what I need. Even though it really scares me to not have enough money, all this lack, all this scarcity. Scare and scarcity are are together in the same root. They're based in fear. I'm afraid to not have enough money. What if I don't have a roof to live under? What if I don't have food to eat? What if I can't transport myself? What if I can't be productive? What if I don't have a job? All these possibilities if there isn't enough money. It's terrifying to not have enough money. It's really, really, really frightening to not have enough money. I'm terrified about not having enough money. Notice how I'm blowing this all up? It's really, really terrifying. I feel that in the pit of my stomach. I feel the terror of not having enough money in the pit of my stomach. We're going to tap underneath the eye now. That's our stomach meridian. I feel the terror of not having enough money in the pit of my stomach. I feel that terror right there in the pit of my stomach. That's kind of moving up for me right now, and it's filling my throat. Makes me feel like I've got something gagging in there. I feel the terror of not having enough money in the pit of my stomach. I feel that terror of not having enough, of not having a place to live, of not being able to eat in the pit of my stomach. I feel that terror in the pit of my stomach. And as I say that over and over again and I tap on this meridian, I feel it start to balance out. I feel it start to drift away. It's like it breaks up a little bit. Even though that possibility does exist, I wonder if there's something that I could trust. Now we'll get curious. I wonder if I could trust that idea. I wonder, is it possible to trust that things will flow to me spontaneously? That there will be enough prosperity? Is it possible to trust that? And notice that when we're saying, is it possible, we're not forcing ourselves to think in some manner. We're being curious to possibilities. So we can say, I'm going to open myself to the possibility that money can flow to me. I'm going to open myself to seeing prosperity around me today. I'm going to open myself to seeing abundance. I'm going to open myself to making records of abundance that I see. And so as we set that possibility, now as we go out into the world, look for abundance. When I was taking my Louise workshop leader, and so it was the life course possibility. Yeah, it was when we were doing the life coaching, because we came back and this person that was in my life coaching class and had been in my workshop leader class a few weeks prior to that, and she came back and she was reporting. She says, abundance, we're talking about this prosperity and this scarcity mentality, and she says abundance. She says, I was looking around thinking, what do I have that's abundant? What can I, and it was spring, and she looked at her backyard and she goes, and she had a dog, and she goes, well, I have an abundance of dog poop. But there's abundance. And what does that mean? It means her dog had good, what's it called? Digestion, thanks, Mom. It had good digestion. The dog was healthy. It was eating well. She had enough abundance to feed that dog well, so the dog could poop well. So there's abundance. So as we look at all of those possibilities of abundance, and as it flows to us, we thank the universe, God, whatever you want to call your master, the governing forces, you thank them. And as we thank them, and we thank that force, and we thank that stuff that comes to us, we notice the more that comes, the more that comes, the more that comes. And then we expand ourselves. One of the things that I noticed in myself, actually, is as more abundance was coming to me, I actually got a little bit frightened about the abundance because I wasn't sure how to handle it. That was quite an interesting feeling to go, oh, I'm actually scared of this. So as we purify ourselves and use the EFT to let go of other stuff, things will come up that will reveal themselves, those what they call a limiting belief. That limiting belief came up for me that said, I'm actually scared of abundance. So that gives me something else to tap on. Even though I feel like I'm scared of abundance, I'd like to understand where that comes from. I'd like to figure out how to let that go. So there's always something to tap on. We can be tapping anytime. Tap on your steering wheel of your car, rub your fingers, rub under the eyes, rub the side of the head. Just receive what's coming in. Receive it, help it move through. I love you. Namaste. This weekend, actually, I'm going to be on Spring Forest Qigong's main website for a Qi Talk. I'm giving a Qi Talk about animals and our Qi fields and how they coordinate with each other and interact and unite for balance. It's going to be fun. Come and watch it. I love you.